Put some respect on her name. Yo guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of Retro Stereo, a series where we go back in time to give you a breakdown of more classical albums. So any albums that's 15 years or older, I'd consider it retro, and we can go back and talk about it. So this week we're going way back to 1967 for Aretha Franklin's I Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You album. So this album, like I said, was released on March 10th, 1967 by Aretha Franklin. You might know her from songs like Respect, which is actually on this album, or songs like You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. Not me personally, but that's the song. Anyway, so this album was a hugely iconic album, and I would say one of the more influential albums in terms of R&B and soul. So this album peaked at number 2 on US charts and was the number 1 R&B album of the time. So listening to this, you feel, even though it's classified as an R&B album or Southern Soul album, you feel a lot of genres on this. There's a lot of jazz on this. There's a lot of, early rock. You can definitely feel the early 50s, 60s era of rock music on this. You can feel the soul on this, and definitely the R&B. Very jazzy album. So going into some of the songs here, you have Respect, obviously, like I said, a very hugely famous song, has been covered, and you see it on movies all the time. So this song basically telling her man to put some respect on her name when she gets back home. Very jazzy feel on this song. I would say on this entire album there's a lovely horn instrumentation throughout this album. Actually, there's also some smooth piano ballads as well. I think Aretha Franklin herself was responsible for the piano instrumentation on this album as well. Another song on here, Drown in My Own Tears. When I heard this song, I said Alicia Keys. The influence that this lady Aretha Franklin has on more contemporary artists is undeniable. Listening to this song, you'd think that it would be an Alicia Keys song. Very sad, slightly depressive love song, very emotional. You can definitely feel the soul in this. Very nice piano ballad, as I said. And throughout this album, I feel quite young listening to this. I'm listening to this like, wow, this is really retro, really old. Now that doesn't take away anything from the phenomenal body of work that this album is. However, I will say once again, though it is classified as R&B, you can definitely hear the soul on this. You can hear the jazz, you can hear the early rock, you can hear so many different infusions of different genres on this. It is definitely an album that I would recommend for anybody who loves R&B music, who loves soul music, and just wants to do a bit of research or a bit of history, or just have some old classical album that you can listen to. Like I said, various types of infusions here influenced a lot of artists that we have now. Alicia Keys, Beyonce, and even someone like Adele or Andra Day definitely can hear the influence that this album had on them. So those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think of this album. Have you given it a listen? Will you give it a listen? So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you're new around here, why not click subscribe? My name is the Judge Prime. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.